Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Latino Conservative podcast and YouTube channel. My name is Andrew Alvarez, and I'm the favorite breakfast burrito of them all. We've got a lot to go talk about today about what's happening in the past week or so. We've got some local news from Victoria County Judge in Victoria, Texas, concerning a pride event that was happening in Victoria, Texas. And we've also got Democrats, specifically AOC, who fake getting handcuffed during a demonstration, a protest. That and more on this episode of the Latino Conservative. But first, let's get into some of our sponsors, or to our sponsor specifically. For those of you who haven't heard of Chime, and if you're anything like me, you've had credit issues, Chime is a great way to go about that. Chime has, of course, they have their debit checking account that they have. It's not like a regular brick and mortar bank account. It's all done online. You do get a routing number and an account number, so it is a legit checking account, just no brick and mortar buildings. But along with that, you get a credit builder account. What that is, it's just like a secure credit card, except it works off of your direct deposit. Most companies allow you to use however much direct deposit in one account and send the rest to another account. And that's the way I have mine set up. But the more you send to your credit builder account, the higher your credit limit is. And when applying for a car note or a house mortgage, big credit limits do work better. Makes your credit look better. Makes your credit score better. To get that, look at the link in the description, as well as go to my website, thelatinoconservative.com. You'll see a green banner up at top that says Chime. And by the way, we can both get $100 if you sign up for Chime. So let's get into the news. Don't forget to like and share. Click the subscribe button and sign up for alerts so we can make this go viral. So first off, I'd like to say kudos to my friend, Victoria County Judge Ben Zeller. Now, so for those of y'all not in Texas, I don't know how politics works in other states at the county level, but each county has their own version of a city council. So we have judges and we have basically council members in our commissioners is what they're called in our county level. We have a pride event scheduled in Victoria that was getting some funds. It's not a lot of funds from the Victoria County, only like $500. Victoria County Judge Ben Zeller came out and practically said that he's not going to fund a drag show. And good for him. Kudos for him. Because here's the thing. I have no problem with the community. And when I say community, I mean the LGBTQI plus community. For me to say that they are all bad would be for me to directly say that two of the most important people in my world that are right here close to my heart are bad. And I refuse to say that. I'm sorry, I won't say it. What I am against, though, is indoctrination and pornography around children. Have you ever been to one of these pride events? I'm not going to show a video of it, but I have a video that I've shared on my TikTok, which you can find at tx.latinoconservative. There's this guy, this old, grown guy. And when I say grown, white hair, white beard, grown. Walking around a pride event in his tighty-whities and work boots, twerking in front of little kids. That man would have been arrested not that long ago. But now the party of the president supports that. They were cheering for him. Here in Houston, at the pride event, there was transgender men, or I don't know what the exact term would be, but they were males, biological males who had breast implants because they wanted to be women, who were flashing their chest in public. They would have been arrested not too far long ago. But again, now, the woke, the party of the president, they support that. They support pornography to children. You know, what's the saying, get woke, go broke? They're trying to get woke and trying to force that upon all of us. Of course, he's not going to fund this. And I applaud him for that. Because let me ask you this. Let me make this point. If he were to fund something like this, which is very anti-Christian, he'd have to fund a Christian event too, wouldn't he? But here's the thing. If he were to do that, wouldn't the far left kind of be upset about it too? Because, right, separation against church and state, even though there is no church, evidently, with some of these pride events, I think there should be. But it's their own version of a church as far as I'm concerned. To me, some of these LGBT communities have kind of gone the way of the BLM community. And I'm not talking about the people. I'm talking about the organizations. We all know, and it is a known fact already, that the BLM organization, they are direct contributors to the Democratic Party. In fact, if you go to their organizational website, go to donate, it takes you to Act Blue. Act Blue is a Democratic platform. Also, BLM, they buy mansions. When's the last time one of them actually funded and supported the home team? You know, the people on the ground, the people that are poor. No, they're too busy buying mansions to be able to do that. And I feel like some of these LGBT communities have started going that route. It's not about equality. It's about mandatory worship of that community. And I'm not for that at all. I'm not for that at all. They don't want to worship the God that I worship. So I'm not going to worship what they worship. You can't make me do that. To do so would be a violation of my what? First Amendment right. Next story, and we're going to move right along in these. AOC and other Democrats arrested. That's right, they were arrested on Capitol Hill. And here's the cool thing. I think it's cool because I think it's going to be a shot in her foot. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, she actually faked being handcuffed. Here's a picture to that. So she is being escorted by police with her hands behind her back as if she was handcuffed or zip tied. But take a closer look. Where's the handcuffs? Oh, they're non-existent. Oh, but wait. A couple seconds later, she hears somebody chanting her name, and she raises the red communist fist. Wow. So she is just looking for another photo op. This is along the same lines of when she went to go visit the border in her white suit, took her camera crew with her, and was crying, emotional. I think Amber Heard took lessons from her, or she took Amber Heard lessons. You know, my dog stepped on a bee. My name is AOC. So the whole premise behind this was they're demonstrating and protesting again Roe v. Wade, the overturning of Roe v. Wade, at Capitol Hill in front of the Supreme Court. They were yelling at the Supreme Court. Red communist fist raised. They were yelling at the Supreme Court. But, the Supreme Court wasn't even there. They're off for the summer. So who are they yelling at? Who were they yelling at? You know, makes me really wonder sometimes. Who were they yelling at? I'll listen. I'll wait. They're yelling at the cameras and at social media. They're trying to build up their campaign for November. Right around the corner. August, September, October, November. 4 months. 4 months away is when the elections are going to happen for her seat in Congress, other Democrats' seat in Congress, and they have no platform. They have no more platform. They're raising hell about Roe v. Wade when Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez's, her own district, her own state, still allows abortion. Ilhan Omar, her district, her state, she was also arrested, still allows abortion. Now the protesters there, the entire protest was blocking a road. And they got plenty of warnings, the police. You can go watch a video. I heard this is your final warning, which means they had multiple warnings before that. They were breaking the law in Washington, D.C. by blocking a road, and therefore subsequently they were arrested for social media. You know, AOC with 13 million followers, she's building up her base for the elections, and the Democrats are doing it in general. It's kind of disappointing, really. You know, I'm not totally 100% opposed to Democrats. I think there are some good Democrats out there. Tulsi Gabbard is one of them. But when you make a scene like this, when there's no one there to listen to you because they're out for the summer, you take a photo op so you can make an impression on the, the low educated and the easily manipulated group of people. You are one of the worst type of people. Sorry. You aren't in this for the good. You are in this for the power only. And that's all that is. And you are lying to get the power. That's all it is. Lying to get power and manipulating people, which I guess that's just the way the Democratic Party, the party of the presidents, the same people that like to watch old white people, men, twerk in front of young children in their tighty whities. Hey again, guys, go and like and share this content. If you could, please drop me a comment. Boost this algorithm. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. I keep hovering around the 500 to 600 mark. It seems like every time I get a few subscribers, magically the powers that be take away a few subscribers. Go figure. Conservative content isn't that wanted by some platforms. But like, share. Also, visit my website. You'll see these episodes and more at thelatinoconservative.com. You can listen there. You can watch there. I have a link to my merch, and you can support the channel if you would like. There's other ways to support the channel. So moving on. So another story. An NYC victim of anti-white crime says suspect accused her of being a Trump fan. Tides have turned. I shouldn't say that. Times have changed. The Queens bus rider was assaulted in an alleged anti-white crime, told the Post on Sunday that one of her attackers accused her of being a fan of former President Donald Trump before the assailant bashed her in the head. Assailants, plural. And she is quoted as saying, "Before they hit me, the girl with the green hair said, 'You probably like Trump, don't you?'" the court recalled. Then she later said she didn't see which one hit her first. The left, not just the left, because there's some moderate left. I will say that. The radical left, the never Trumpers, are going extreme, very extreme. They're resulting to assault. Plain and simple. I heard on two podcasts that I was listening to. One, there's a gentleman from Canada there that said, people know that you're conservative if you're flying a Canadian flag. And I heard the same sentiment about flying the U.S. flag. People say you're conservative if you fly the U.S. flag. I got accused of being a racist for flying the United States flag. It seems like the left is saying saying if you don't like our guy, if you like this other guy, we hate you and we want to hurt you. That is exactly what's going on here. And the sad part is, us conservatives, Republicans, GOPs, whatever you want to call us, right-wingers, we see that. And out of fear of our own safety, of our family's safety, of the safety of our property, we opt to not participate in showing our patriotism. Yeah, I've been campaigning for Greg Abbott for a while, and one of the questions I ask to Republican voters in the list that I have of Republican voters is, hey, are you going to vote for Greg Abbott? Obviously, because, I'm campaigning for him, door-to-door knocking. These traditionally far-right voters that have a record of voting Republican in each and every vote are afraid to say so because they don't want to be targeted. I ask each and every one that says yes, do you want to sign? Hardly any say yes. I think I've had like one or two people that actually requested a sign because that kind of paints a target on our back. It really does. I've had an account banned because I had a picture of myself in a Trump hat. Trump 2020, back in the elections, I was supporting my candidate of choice on a conservative channel, on a not so conservative platform, and somebody found that specific picture offensive. Go figure. They attack us one way or the other, however they can. What they're also doing is, evidently hurting us, damaging our property. Can you imagine if I had a Trump sticker on the back of my car in some neighborhoods? My window would get bashed. I have no doubt. Which is why, states like Texas, and I'm guessing Florida is there too. Somebody check me on that. Comment below what the real answer is, if you could, please. But I believe Florida is also a constitutional carry state. There's a couple other out there, but I know Texas, the state I live in, we are a constitutional carry state. And yesterday, actually, I had the chance to go take my children to the gun range. My son loved it. My daughter, she was okay with it. She had fun. The one that we had a Glock 22 that they were shooting, that one started malfunctioning, so we went to a 22 revolver. She didn't like that one so much. The Glock 22, it was a fine weapon, but they understand that I wasn't making it mandatory for them to go shoot. Of course, they had to go because I was going to go. They didn't have to shoot, but they understood the premise behind it. We need to protect ourselves. Again, the Second Amendment says the right of the people, not the government, not the militia, police, Marines, Army, Navy, Coasties, whatever. The right of the people to bear arms shall not be infringed. And they understand that. And this next story is exactly why. But what I also taught them while we're at the range, my son is 17, my daughter's 14, was gun safety. I had them pick the gun off the table, unloaded, by the way. Had them pick it up, put it down, pick it up, put it down, until they learned trigger control. The next time we go out shooting, we're going to do the same thing. They're going to learn how to load a gun, do all of that stuff because of this second story. An armed bystander is credited with preventing more deaths in an Indiana shooting. So in Greenwood, Indiana, on July 18th, which is a couple days ago, the gunman who killed 3 people in a shopping mall near Indianapolis would likely have taken many more lives if not for the heroic actions of an armed bystander who shot the suspect dead and stopped the attack. This Elijah Dickens, 22, is a hero. They're calling him a good Samaritan. I'm going to call him a hero. He was lawfully carrying a concealed pistol at the time, and he engaged in the suspect on Sunday almost as soon as he opened fire with a rifle in a food court at the Greenwood Park Mall in Greenwood, Indiana. They didn't know what this shooter had, like behind him, what motive he had, but they know that this 22-year-old who was legally carrying saved the lives because he engaged with them. He had the wherewithal to stand up, steady himself on a pole from 40 yards. The story said 40 yards away. Guys, that's a long way for a handgun. This guy must have evidently had a few rounds down his barrel before at a shooting range to get proficient like that. Obviously, without a question, he did that. But good kudos to him. That story right there totally negates the narrative that the left is trying to push. Trying to take guns out of law-abiding citizens' hands. Because this law-abiding citizen, had he not been able to carry a gun, who knows how many people that not so law-abiding citizen, that criminal, who knows how many else he would have taken with him. It's bad enough he took 3. But this hero, this Elijah Dickens, saved countless others' lives because we don't know how many he would have saved. Hey guys, again, my name is Andrew Alvarez. Thanks for listening to me and letting me rant and rave at y'all. Go visit my website at thelatinoconservative.com. This video will be posted on there as well as a way to listen to the audio version only. Look at some merch if you'd like. www.thelatinoconservative.com. Like, share, subscribe. Sign up for alerts. If you like what you hear, drop me a comment. If you don't like what you hear, drop a comment and let me know that too. Thanks again. Y'all have a great day.